format presented by PMI. Again, this is not not an extensive one. So the bare minimum version of the communication metrics or the communication management plan looks like this, or should look like this. So if you carefully check, you can see that in this sample artifact, you have a communication column, which is nothing but the information, or the right information rather. You have a frequency column, which is nothing but the right time column. You can see the responsible person who is taking the responsibility of making that communication happen at the right time to the right audience. There's a stakeholder column. You can call it stakeholder/team. Team, regardless, is part of stakeholder, but at times people just confuse it. So it's better to call out the team, which is a right audience column. And they have not given a right format. Like I already told you, that format at times is important and at times it's like just at your discretion. So you can have a format column as well over here. And you can have multiple other attributes associated with that communication. For instance, maybe some extended people associated with that, and maybe someone who just need to be consulted and informed and something like that. I mean, that's optional, but you should not be missing these columns in the communication management. You can check. These are certain communication status, like kickoff meeting and steering meeting and status meeting at the client, at status meeting at the team, and survey, client survey or satisfaction mechanism. And there can be a variety of different communications in the project. How you are going to get to know about it? You are going to get to know about it after understanding your stakeholders in the first process, in the identify and analysis of the stakeholders. Again, you can see that, for instance, this meeting, executive steering committee meeting. All the client executives are expected to be in there, or maybe your own organization executives as well are supposed to be there. Maybe like in the stakeholder register, different executives in the stakeholder capacity has asked for this meeting separately. Executive 1 has asked for this, executive 2 has asked for this, executive 3 has asked for this, right? Are you going to arrange different meetings for each of the person? No. It's going to be a stupid exercise. You need to analyze, and so this is exactly what the analysis part is. You need to analyze that where there are common needs and expectations which can be fulfilled via a single meeting or a single recurrent session, or maybe a report or a dashboard or something like that. So this is exactly why you have this communication. Maybe 10 stakeholders have asked for this separately or in a different way. But communication management plan is documenting it in one row. So it's a different view for the same exercise that you have done in the stakeholder identification and analysis exercise.
Tooba, I have a question in this.
Yeah, please.
Based on your earlier comment, where you said that the questions may come on when those documents are updated, and so it just put me into a bit of a spin, because my understanding from your earlier comment was that those are all living documents, like stakeholder register, which gets updated regularly,
Yes.
as well as perhaps maybe a communication management plan. So shouldn't they be like being updated as maybe with addition or removal of a stakeholder, depending on how the project is progressing?
That's correct. I never said otherwise. However, the exam questions, based on a scenario, they are going to ask you that what is your immediate next step, or which document project manager should be reviewing first in this scenario. So I'm not saying that if the stakeholder register needs to be updated for a stakeholder or a couple of stakeholders during the life cycle, then strategy or engagement plan or communication plan may not need to be updated, may or may not be. But the exam is going to test you on the knowledge that, do you know that at the point we are standing in this scenario, what is the next best document to refer?
Okay.
So exam questions are going to be this way. The process is not going to be violated. They are not going to say anywhere that engagement plan is not needed or communication is not needed or other management plans are not. They probably would ask that, what's the next best step or what's the next best document to review or update. So you should be knowing where we are standing, what should be the next step, what should be the next step. And depending on what's the ask of the question.